Hi friends, this is Sophie. Welcome to Stuthi's Cuisine. I'm glad to introduce to you all today a festive sweet which is called Raisin Halwa. It is made out of dry raisin which is soaked overnight in water, and then it's coarsely ground and we make the halwa out of it, or the sweet dish out of it. So the ingredients are not very much in this recipe. It's just the raisins, the cornflour, the sugar, the flavoring agent, whichever you like, cardamom. Then you need clarified butter or butter. The best one is to use clarified butter. And if you don't like the taste of it, you can mix both together, the butter and the clarified butter together. And that's pretty much in this particular recipe. So let's go and see how I make it. So this is the raisins which I've taken. It's the organic raisins. Raisins soaked overnight. So here I've just sieved it. There's the water. Drain it for 10 to 15 minutes. Ghee or butter, 1.5 cups. Corn flour, 3 cups of sugar. And as I go through the method of how I make the recipe, I will be telling you in detail. So this is the dried soaked raisins, which I will be grinding it coarsely and getting back to you. This is the coarsely ground raisins. If you want to, you can finely grind it, but I have ground it coarsely, which is better. Okay, now let's start. I have kept a pan on fire and I've put 2 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. Okay, the clarified butter is nice and hot. I'm just going to put a handful of cashew nuts. Okay, you can put more if you want, you can put less. You can say 200 grams of cashew nuts. And let's roast it till it's slightly brown. So I'm using butter and clarified butter to this, okay? But when you're putting butter into it and just doing the whole sweet dish, it will turn out to be clarified butter ultimately. You can slightly even break it into smaller pieces if you like. I think that's enough. I'm just putting it on low fire. Now I'm going to put this coarsely ground raisins. Just washing the mixie and putting some water, so 100 ml of water. It's the same water which I had soaked the raisins. So we let it boil. So it's not an easy sweet dish. It requires some time, and I'll tell you exactly how long I take. So I'm going to let this particular raisins boil, and then I'm going to put the sugar in it. So some of them, they grind the raisins very fine, but I have, and some like it coarse. So you can either do it as per your liking. Okay, so now it is boiled. So this is 3 cups of sugar. I'm just putting it and just mix it together. So this particular sweet dish, we don't have it every day. It's quite rich. Raisins, you know, has got a lot of antioxidants, and that itself is sweet. So if your raisins are not very sweet, you can adjust the sugar accordingly. So I have put 3 cups of sugar and I'm putting it on medium high and let it boil, okay? As I've told you, I have used the organic raisins, which we generally get it in these type of containers. It's 400 grams and it's from California, and it's sun-dried raisins, okay? It's very nice. You get it in different packaging. Even in very small packets you get where you can just put it in your handbag, and you can just munch on it when you feel that you need a little sugar. So that's very nice to put it in your handbag. So this is what I used, and it was dark raisins, very sweet. But I want the dessert, the halwa, the sweet dish, to be really sweet. You're just eating a piece and once in a way. So we have it nice and rich. Some of the raisins are much lighter color, and so you get a lighter shade when you make the halwa, okay? So you have to keep stirring it continuously, and see that we take a heavy bottom dish where you are making this particular sweet dish. And I usually take this because for all my cooking, because it's really so handy. My raisins on the fire has started boiling, and I've taken my corn flour and I'm just giving it a stir before I pour it in, because we don't want it to settle at the bottom, right? So just stir it before you put it inside. And here you see it is boiling. Okay, put it on very slow fire, as slow as you can, and give it a stir. And I'm going to just pour it, okay? And keep stirring it as you pour. Okay. So you see gradually, because of the corn flour, it will start thickening slowly. I'm not putting any salt in it because the butter I'm using has salt in it. If you are using saltless butter, then you can put a pinch of salt. So we'll just keep stirring it till it becomes nice and thick. So we are continuing to stir it until it becomes nice and thick. See, at this stage it's becoming thicker. So it's around maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and we have to keep on stirring it. And you can keep on putting the clarified butter or butter as you wish. You have to at least put 1 cup of clarified butter, or if it's butter, even more than that. Okay, so until all the butter oozes out, you can make out. I'll show it to you when the time comes. Okay, and it should get absorbed inside all within and get well cooked. So here you see it's around 20 minutes and it's not yet ready. Okay, see, it is this consistency now. You see, it is this consistency. It has to be cooked even more. So now you see it's almost done. It just forms a ball. See, and you can also check it with, just put a little bit in. Almost done. So just take a little water and put that on it, and just let it remain for some time, and we can just see, roll it with in between your fingers and see. You have to keep mixing it and stirring it. It's not an easy procedure to make this halwa or sweet dish. I usually get the help of someone to help me with this. So you see now here, it's nice and firm. You can cut it if you want. And here, it's like a little bit chewy. See, this is how it should be. Just for 5 more minutes and I'll switch it off. So I'm going to put off the fire and see how it comes into one bowl, and all the oil is all, see how shiny it becomes too. See? Okay. So here, I'm just going to pour it. Just spread it out. So it's hot. So I've got a big platter over here. Here you go. Okay, and it's going to be a slightly rubbery. That's how I want, because you keep on stirring it. The whole thing took around 1 hour. So you see, the whole raisin halwa is done, and I've got a nice big plate container which I have spread it out, and I'm going to let it cool for some time. I'm going to cut it into pieces. So this, you need to really stir it. I got the help of someone to do it, because I have some problem with my right hand. So if you have enough muscles, you can do it. And if you don't like it little rubbery, you can take it earlier, around say half an hour, but I like it chewy, and that's it. It has the consistency of the Bombay halwa. So many halwas are made with cornflour and even plain flour, and they take it out soon, and it won't be that chewy. So if you want it chewy, it takes time. It takes time to keep mixing it around. So that's it. Hope you all like this recipe, raisin halwa, and you're not having it every day. You're having it once in a way, in festive season or whenever you have special guests. You make it, right? So it's something different, and people will really like it. So here it is. Please, I love to hear all your comments. Please try and see. It is not very hard. It's not very tedious to do this. It's quite simple. You just need the raisins, sugar, and the cornflour, and nuts if you like to put it, and butter or clarified butter. Okay, here it is. Don't forget to ring the bell button. Don't forget to subscribe, those who are seeing it, and please spread the word around so that many people will get to see it. It's not very healthy because it has got a lot of sugar in it, but you can have it once in a way, right? So let's make it and give it to. It's very good for kids to have. They can take it for tiffin, and you can just have it snack in between. So hope you all are having a wonderful time cooking, and please let me know if you need anything in particular to cook. Also, I need your comments on it if you have a better way in doing it. Okay, thank you, and you all have a blessed day.